Yeah. Yeah. Forensics has what they need. I'm still waiting on Jest. When he gets here, we're gonna go over the crime scene together, and then we'll probably head back. Okay. Bye. Hey, just talked to the lab nerds, and they said we were good to go ahead and do our Sherlock and Watson thing. What? You're late. Oh, yeah. Well, I was in the middle of banging your mom when I got the call, so... Haha. Oh, yeah? How is she? Oh, you know, she just wishes you'd call more. Ha! Fuck you. Alright, my dear Watson, let's brainstorm over this shit show. Wait. I thought I was Sherlock. You thought wrong, my friend. You thought very wrong. Jesus Christ. Jesus had nothing to do with this. I know that much. So what are you thinking? Shotgun to the face? That was my guess too at first glance. But not anymore. Well, after forensics did their thing, they found no shell casings, no traces of powder, no residue, and no gun for that matter. Well, gun or no gun, this clearly isn't suicide. Why so sure? Come on, Sherlock. Who goes to a public restroom at a park, decides to give the walls a fresh coat of their brains, and magically leave no trace of a gun? Solid point, Watson. Yeah, thoughts on myself. Alright, let's let them know when we're done so they can come grab this poor guy.
Hey boys, how'd it go?
Well, JJ, honestly, this one is interesting. Confusing,
sounds
but
fun.
interesting. Yeah, we'll see. Is the
Well,
chief
his
in
door's
office?
open, so I'm assuming so.
Alright, best go check in. Need me to go with you? No, you're good. Just hold on the phone. Roger, Dodger. Come in. Oh, yeah. Gabe, please, take a seat. So what did we find out there, Detective? Well, Chief, not a whole lot, unfortunately. All we know is we have a body in a public restroom at the park. From the looks of it, the victim's head appears to have been blown completely off. It was a horror show. That's exactly what Jest said. No matter how many years, no matter how much experience you have under your belt, you never get used to seeing that kind of shit. Me and Jess are both leaning towards this being a homicide, seeing as there was no trace of a gun or anything that could do that type of damage. But before we officially label this thing, I want to talk to our Blood-Spatter guy, and I'm waiting on a call from the coroner. Be sure to keep me informed. Just so happens that our victim got himself parish in the rich part of town, where the DA and the mayor live. Sorry to interrupt you. So they're already on my ass about getting this case over and done with. No need to look at me, Detective. All right, Chief. Your job.
Coming. Ah, yes, please come in. Detective El Buscador, I presume.
Yes, sir, that's correct.
I'm Dr. Hubert Moss, but please, call me Hugh.
Hugh it is.
Indeed. Well, now that introductions and pleasantries are out of the way, shall we begin, Detective?
Yes, please, lead the way.
Of course. I must admit, Detective, I'm quite surprised you decided to come down here in person. Most detectives or officers would rather me email my results or have them sent to the station.
That's true. But this case is different. This one's a little odd to me. So I figured I'd get up close and personal with this one. See if there's anything I missed or I could learn.
Of course.
And to be completely honest, most of the officers get creeped out having to come down here. No disrespect.
Oh, none taken. I understand that this place and what I do can be unsettling for most. But hey, someone has to do it, right?
Absolutely right.
And I do agree about this case being an odd one.
You found something?
Well, it's not so much what I found, but more about what I didn't find.
I'm confused.
Let me explain. When you look at the wound, what do you see? You have torn flesh that with a close look you can tell has been pushed outward with some great force. So any layman could make the assumption that a gunshot caused this.
But you don't believe it was a gun that did this?
No, Detective, I do not. If it were a gun, regardless if it was suicide or homicide, judging by the location of the wound, the gun would have to be placed directly under the chin. Also, judging by the size of the wound, This would have to be a high-caliber weapon, most likely a shotgun. But at such a close range, with that much power, his jaw would be completely gone, torn to shreds. But as you can see, Detective, his jaw's still intact. Now look closely, Detective. What is it you don't see here?
An entry wound. There's no entry wound.
Precisely.
So what in the hell did this?
Unfortunately, Detective, I don't have an answer. I'm just as puzzled as you are. But I will say this, Detective. I believe whatever did this man in, it didn't come from an external force.
Sorry, Hugh, but I'm confused again. What are you saying?
Detective, I've been doing this for quite a long time. I've seen all forms of death, but this is truly a first. I have never seen anything like this. What I'm saying, Detective, whatever killed this man came from the inside out.
There he is.
Sorry, the coroners took longer than I thought.
No worries. Already ordered for you. I got the usual 2 fingers of the finest whiskey Cody's Bar and Grill has to offer.
Fancy.
Only the best for my partner in fighting crime. So how was the coroner? Was he creepy?
No, actually he was pretty cool. Like in a cute and nerdy grandpa kind of way.
Huh. Nice.
Yeah, he was cool. But man, he certainly didn't make things easier for us.
So what? He wasn't helpful? He didn't find anything?
No, it's not like that. He was helpful, in a way.
Okay, you have to elaborate, because the suspense is killing me.
After doing the autopsy, he came to the conclusion that it was not a gun that killed that man.
So what did?
He doesn't know.
He doesn't know?
He said he's never seen anything like it before.
And that's helpful?
Hey, we might not know what did it, but now we know what didn't, and that's a start.
I guess. But me and you have completely different definitions of what helpful means, my friend.
Is that Bob over there?
Yeah, I was going to invite him to sit with us, but I noticed he's reading that witchcraft book again.
Damn. Still working that cold case, even off the clock.
Yeah, he's deep into that one. He looks super focused, so I didn't want to bother him.
Fair enough.
Oh, before I forget, and this will be the last thing we mention about work tonight, while you were out at the corners, I talked to Justin.
Who's Justin?
Justin George? Our Blood-Spatter analyst?
Oh, shit. His name's Justin? I've been calling him Jesse this whole time.
Dude, you suck.
Oh, give me a fucking break. Just tell me what he said.
Well, he was just about as helpful as your coroner friend. He said if we thought it were a gunshot that killed this man, which we now know it wasn't, the amount of blood at the crime scene plus the splatter patterns don't align with the gunshot theory.
Did he explain it at all?
After navigating through all the science and technical nonsense spewing out of his mouth, to sum it all up, he said that almost half that man's blood came gushing out of that wound. He said it was as if someone pushed the blood in his body up to his brain with so much pressure that his head popped.
What? That doesn't make any fucking sense.
Hey, his words, man, not mine.
This case is making my brain hurt.
And that, my dear friend, is why we drink.
Amen. Here, drink this. You look miserable.
Oh my god, thank you. I feel miserable. So do you know what this very early morning brief
It's
is all
about our
about?
case. I had to come in early and make copies of all we have on this thing.
Shit. The DA must be really riding Chief's ass for him to call a briefing this early into a case. It's barely been 24 hours.
Yeah, it's pretty unusual. Another long night there, Detective Mac?
Yeah. Sorry, Chief.
Sorry my ass. If you were truly sorry, you would have been on time for the last 12 briefings we've had. Okay, since Detective Mac finally decided to grace us with his presence, we can get started. Now I'm sure you're wondering why I called this briefing. Well, I ain't gonna sugarcoat it. Since the shit show at the park went down at the DA's neck of the woods, and the election's just around the corner, him and the mayor are taking a great interest in this case, and they want it solved. Shit, here it comes. So, to oblige their request and to ease their death grip on my balls, I'm gonna have to ask you to put whatever cases you're currently working on the back burner until we crack this thing. I understand that this may throw off your groove and slow your momentum on your current cases, but it can't be helped. Now that being said, I'd like Detective El Buscador to come up here and catch you guys up on the case. He'll be taking lead on this thing, so listen up. Gabe, if you would. Good morning, everyone. In front of you are copies of all the information we have on the case so far. But to quickly sum it up, we have a dead Caucasian male in a restroom stall at Veterans Park. His name is David Thorne. Part of his head, 16 years up, appears to have been completely blown off. Not only is most of his head gone, but almost half of David Thorne's blood
Jesus
was covered
Christ.
in the restroom. Yeah, that seems to be a lot of people's reaction. After talking to the coroner and our blood guy, they've concluded that whatever caused his damage was
So,
not
how did they
known.
come to that conclusion?
The position of the wound and the damage to the surrounding flesh indicate a force directly coming up and outwards. So to replicate that, if it were a gun, the barrel would have to be directly under the chin. But there was no gun. And
This is fact. I think we can all agree on that.
Yeah, this is a weird one, guys. I could really use your help on this.
Well, shit. Where should we start?
I'd like to put you in teams of two. Chris and JJ, I want you on David Thorne. Who really is this guy? What does he do? Who does he know? Is there any bad blood between him and someone else?
You got it.
I want to know everything about this guy. I want you guys at the park. Talk to anyone and everyone who works there. Vendors, maintenance guys, groundskeepers, anyone who might have seen
Sounds
something.
good.
Well, guys, that's all I got. Let's fucking solve this thing. Any findings and new information you come across, you bring it to Detective El Buscador straight away. Listen, I know I'm asking a lot of you right now, Gabe, but I wouldn't ask if I knew you couldn't handle it. Thanks, Chief. You got this. Now don't forget, keep me informed. Any new breaks in the case, I want to know ASAP. Sure thing, Chief. All right, go get him.
Okay. Shit. Hello?
Sara, did you really think that by getting a new phone and number that we couldn't find you? I gotta admit, I feel a bit insulted.
I don't give a fuck how you feel, you fucking monster.
Oh, come now, Sara. Don't talk like that. I thought we were good colleagues. Friends, even. We accomplished so much together.
We were never fucking friends, and if I knew the truth about what we were really doing, I would have turned all you sick fucks into the authorities years ago.
Well, that being said, I grow tired of this pointless back and forth. So how about I give you some more of that truth that you so desperately wish you had at the start?
The truth? Coming from you? That's a riot.
Let me tell you what I know to be true, Sara. It's pointless to run. No matter where you go, we will find you. Everyone close to you, everyone you love and care for, we will hurt. I will personally burn your life to ash, and I will smile while I do it. So give up this sad attempt at retribution, or whatever it is you're doing, and just tell me where she is.
Retribution? No. We will never be redeemed for the things we've done. She just deserved a chance. A chance to live. Even if I knew where she was, I would never...
Being truthful now, I feel like I should tell you that your chances to live, Sara, are 0. You've killed yourself, professionally and quite literally. Speaking about being literal, why don't you just go ahead and kill yourself? Save us the trouble of having to do it for you.
Fuck.
I hate doing these.
You want to wait in the car?
No, I'm with you. I just feel like when you're working on a case and you have to talk to someone's ex, they're usually always so bitter. I feel like I never get any useful information. You just sit there and listen to one person bash the other for 20 minutes.
Well, maybe we'll get lucky on this one.
Let's bet on it. If she gives us nothing, you buy lunch.
I'll take that action.
Hope you're in the mood for pizza.
Hi, Miss Dover?
Yes?
Hello, ma'am. I'm Detective Johnson, and this is my colleague, Detective Jest. We spoke on the phone earlier?
Yes, of course. Please come in. Can I get you anything? A drink or...
Oh, no, thank you, ma'am. We're fine.
Suit yourself. Please, have a seat. Make yourself at home.
Thank you, ma'am. You're very kind.
So I suppose you're here to ask about David.
That's correct, ma'am. If there's anything you don't feel comfortable talking about, or if at any time you want to stop the interview, feel free to do so. You're not legally obligated to talk to us if you don't want to.
Thank you, Detective. I understand.
All right, let's jump right in. How long were you and Mr. Thorne married?
It was about 30 years. 28 to be exact.
How long have you been divorced from him?
Just about 2 years, I think.
Sorry, Miss Dover, but I have to ask, when did things in your marriage start to take a turn?
Don't be sorry, Detective. It's quite all right. Things started really sour between us around the 20-year mark of our marriage.
What was it exactly that changed between you two? What was going on at the time?
We started to become increasingly distant. We stopped talking about how our day went. We stopped talking about how work was. And eventually we just stopped talking altogether.
You spoke of work. How were you both making a living at the time?
I was teaching at Markville Elementary, and he was working with, what's that company's name? Allen Industries? Allister Industries. That's what it was. I'm sure of it.
Allister Industries. Why does that sound so familiar?
What did he do there exactly?
Honestly, I don't really know. When I asked him, he told me he legally couldn't tell me what he did. All I know is he was a scientist of some kind.
A scientist? Wow.
Yep, a scientist. And once I saw the checks that were coming in, I just took him on his word and stopped asking.
So he did pretty well for himself.
Yes, I would say that's a fair assessment.
Did he have any enemies? Anyone who would want to hurt him in any way?
Honestly, I would have no idea. He seemed to get along with everyone.
So can you recall an incident or moment when he had a feeling or knew your marriage was over?
Actually, yes. I knew our marriage was over when he stopped introducing me to people. We would go out to some social event or gathering, and he would treat me like some sort of burden that he had to carry around. Like I was some embarrassing mole or scar that he was trying to hide or get away from. I felt like I was some kind of ornament that he put up and dragged around to keep up appearances to seem, I don't know, normal, I guess.
I'm sorry to hear that, ma'am. Is there anything at all that you can remember through your time with him that seemed unusual or odd? Anything at all?
Well, if I think about it, the only thing that comes to mind is a phone call. I was passing by his study one night when I heard him talking on the phone. I remember it because it was quite late to be receiving any type of phone call. I overheard him say something about ramping things up and something about a breakthrough with someone or something called Eve, but that's really about it.
Well, that's really all the questions I have for you, ma'am. Thank you so much.
Oh, no problem, Detective. I hope I was helpful.
You were very helpful, ma'am. Thank you. Have a nice day.
You do the same.
We'll try. So was she helpful?
Honestly, it's hard to say right now, but I think so.
Well, regardless, I'll buy lunch. I can't have my work boo paying for her own food.
That's my baby.
Detective, I need to talk to you. I found
Sure.
something.
What do you got?
This is by far the oddest case I've seen, so I couldn't stop thinking about it. So I went over the blood analysis again, and I noticed something in the
Really?
photos I didn't notice
Like what?
before. Here, check out the photo of the floor in front of the stall. Look at the spray pattern compared to everything around it.
Alright.
The spray more or less came in a 360-degree direction, except for this area in front of the stall. Here on the floor, there's a bit of pooling, but the pools are
Okay,
curved.
so what does that mean?
It means that when the blood sprayed in this direction, it hit something and curved around it. Look closer at the curved pool of blood. If you ask me, that shape looks a lot like the
Holy
front of a
shit.
pair of shoes.
It does.
What's up, guys? Got some leftover pizza for anyone interested. What's going on?
Shh. I want to see.
Why does everyone look so serious?
Continue.
Now look at this photo. This is a urinal that is directly in front of the stall. Now this urinal should be fairly covered in blood spray, but it's not. Look closely.
Fuck me.
What do you see?
That looks like the silhouette of a fucking person.
Exactly. If you're asking me for my professional opinion, I tell you that I believe that there was someone else in there with him when his head popped. Detectives, I think it's safe to say you officially have a homicide on your hands.
I fucking knew it.
Hey, just had a call come up. Someone claiming she can help us with this case, but she says she's in danger. She said for whoever's in charge of the case to meet her at the Low Key Motel. This is starting to come together a little too well.
Yeah, 2 possible big breaks, one after another like that. It's too good to be true.
Well, regardless, it's worth checking out. So get your asses down there. But armor up. God knows what the hell to expect with this crazy case.
So what are you thinking?
I don't know. Let's stay frosty.
Roger, Dodger. The room looks empty.
Copy that. Hello? It's the police. I'm Detective El Buscador. You called us?
It's open.
Alright, I'm coming in. Is that okay?
Are you alone?
No, ma'am. I have my partner, Detective Jest, with me.
Just you. Your partner waits outside.
Hell no. Fuck that.
I'm sorry, but I didn't catch your name.
That's because I didn't get it. My name is Sara.
Okay, Sara. I'm gonna need you to be honest with me. Are you alone? I asked because it would really put me and my partner at ease.
Yes. As alone as I could ever be.
It's cool. Just hang by the door.
If shit gets sketchy, holler.
Sara, I need you to be honest with me again. Are you armed?
Yes, I am.
Thank you for being honest with me about that, Sara. It's alright. I'm gonna approach the bathroom, Sara. Is that okay?
Yes, you're fine, Detective.
Hey there.
Hey,
So what's going on here, Sara?
I don't even know where to begin.
Maybe start with our case. We were told you know something?
Ah, yes, Dr. David Thorne. The man was a genius. He was also a grade A piece of shit, and he deserved every bit of what happened to him.
Do you know who killed him?
Yes, I have a pretty good idea.
Who is it? Why'd they do it?
The who and the why isn't that simple.
Try your best to make it simple. Please.
To be honest, I don't even know her real name. I'm not even sure she was ever given one. I just called her by the name they gave her. Eve. They called her Eve.
So it was a woman that did this?
Not quite. She's 10.
Wait. You're telling me a little girl did this?
She is no ordinary girl. If you find her, you'll learn that very quickly.
Can you help us? Can you help us find her?
I can't. I'm being hunted, you see. And I'm running out of time.
That's right. You said on the phone you were in danger. Who's after you?
I think I made a mistake. I shouldn't have called. This is too much.
Please, Sara. Who's after you?
These people are beyond powerful. They have connections. They are everyone and everywhere. Be careful who you talk to, Detective. Be careful who you trust. I shouldn't have called. I shouldn't have got you involved with them.
No, Sara, I'm glad you called. I want to help you.
Do you believe in God, Detective?
That's a hard question, Sara.
Yeah, I suppose. I'm a scientist, you know. They say that in being a scientist, you're not supposed to believe in that kind of stuff. Some say you can't believe in one thing without believing in the other.
What are you trying to say, Sara?
I believe that there is a God. Because trust me when I say, Detective, I've seen the devil. And he is everywhere. And there is no one and nothing out of his reach.
Are we still talking about the people that are after you?
You have to help her, Detective. Promise me you'll find her. Promise me you'll keep Eve safe. She's the real victim in this. Promise that you'll protect her.
I promise. I will, Sara. I will.
I hope that's true. I really do.
No, no, no! Motherfucker!
Aw, shit.
Oh, Jesus Christ.